Hey Shane,
Yes, Jake.
do you know what is both a squid and a kid?
No.
Are all squids kids or all kids squids?
I think all squids are kids.
But not all kids are squids?
Right. Something like
Oh, do you know what Splatoon is?
that. Yeah.
Oh, why don't you tell us about it?
I think it's that new exclusive Wii U game straight from Nintendo. It's a 4-on-4 action-oriented shooter, turf war, ink. It's fun. It's just fun. So many snaps. It's brand new, 6 days old. It's everything that I hoped and dreamed it would be. And we've been having a lot of fun with it lately.
Certainly.
Certainly. Oh, did you see that ink go?
I did.
Oh my god. Oh, you should have been shooting through the Great Lady instead of over it.
Fucking lady.
So, with all that, we'll use that as a perfect transition to get into whatever we're going to talk about and however you're going to edit it.
So, we played probably 11 hours straight
I would say,
and never got bored.
yeah. Do I have blood on my face?
So, and that's back when they only had one game mode,
Right,
online, and single player.
right.
So,
Um,
very addictive game.
yes.
A lot of customizable things, a lot
right.
of different weapon classes
Right.
that are also very customizable.
That's probably the best thing about it,
Yeah.
is that you can go in and find a hat that looks cool, and then it has this gear ability, and then you can find a hat that has the same ability that looks totally different. And you can class for looks, or you can class for abilities, and that's a really neat thing about it. Jalonzo's gonna talk how fresh I am. Oh, like, he's pretty fresh. Like, he's not like the baseball cap kind of.
You can walk to a Walmart right now.
Yeah. It's like, that's probably what Tyler wore to go fishing today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except less hair on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go into the whole accessories thing.
Okay.
So like myself, I usually play as a roller.
Yes.
So I tend to look for the accessories that have speed boosts.
Right, right.
So I can chase up behind people and
Right.
blow them up, or just...
Dropping the ink and following right behind it.
Yeah, so I can outrun other rollers if I
Yes.
have to, and I'm just quicker on the roll, so
And
I
then-
cover more space.
Yes, that really works well for that, whereas I prefer a more traditional gun weapon. I'm partial to the chargers, which would be like the sniper rifle, or a regular rifle for that matter. So I usually do things that have more, I don't know, support role, I would say. I mean, like, I'll do, like, quicker respawns and, like, the stealth, like, swimming that goes on. That's the part that I really like, is the swimming. But, gear is more of a, it's not really like a, okay, you get this loadout with this weapon and that's it. I mean,
It's not the typical Call of Duty.
right, there's a lot of a lot of customization that you can do. Not only weapon, because there are multiple weapons that have different sub-weapons and super weapons. And that part I really like, and then after that, you go and you do your clothes and your hat and your shoes, and each one of those 3 items can have up to 4 abilities themselves. And that makes it like, what would that be, like 12 different options times, I think there's like 14, 15 different abilities right now.
Yeah, and then all of those stack on top of
Right,
each other, so
like-
if you have a lot of speed items, you're going to be really
Right.
fast.
They climb right, and it's it just really goes well with what they're trying to do. They want it to be something that you can buy, and it's the first entry in the series, so you can buy it and get really, really into it. And I think that's going to go well for them in the long run, especially down the line when they have more content coming and all that sort of thing, which is really good. Speaking of content, oh, I can't super jump there, so I gotta figure out how the hell I got up here. Oh, it's right here. The game launched with 5 maps and 1 game mode, which is fine. I mean,
It was a good introduction to the game.
yes, it's a really, that's a really good way to put it. The 2 of the 5 maps at launch were available for the test fires, which were pre-release demos. All right, Kelp Splat Charger. But yeah, so the maps that are there now, they've already added a pack, which is awesome. That they're already willing to put more into it, and that's awesome.
Yeah, so like they're working up to their $60 price point.
Correct.
Currently, like the game doesn't feel like a $60 game.
Correct.
But it's getting there.
Right, and if value is something that you're especially worried about, I think it would be wise to hold off on buying this game. That said, it's really good, but again, the content's just not there. But they've said, they're gonna support it at least through August. There's gonna be a huge update that's gonna add even more game modes and more weapons, and but other than that, their pledge is like every week or so, they want to do either a map or a weapon or a set of gear or something. And, at this time, 6 days after, they've already done one. So I think that's really good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
God damn!
So let's talk about specific weapons.
Sure. There are, I don't want to say there's only 3.
Well, there's 3 and then variations on
Right,
those.
right.
So
okay,
one
yeah.
specific being my main is the roller, which is a shotgun
Right.
plus just it's a paint roller. So you roll
Yeah.
the floor. If you get into trouble, you can throw some ink at people.
Right. It has a limited distance attack, but it's more for just catching people by surprise and running right.
Yeah, and its main purpose is just covering floor, while other people with guns might be more focused on shooting people.
Right.
So they go into their reload time, and then you can
Yeah.
where they die.
Mess
So
up. Yeah.
there's lots of strategy involved in rollers.
Right.
I like the roller.
You like
it
it a
feels
lot.
nice.
It does feel nice.
And then they have short range guns, which would be
Well, the shorter range guns would be like the splatter type weapons. It's just your standard rapid fire shoot and run and gun. Run and gun
a Rudy Tooty.
game mode, and you just go and you shoot. And it's got a decent range, decent attack power, but nothing too specific in being more range oriented or damage oriented. It's right down the line. Really good for the players who are just picking it up before you
It's the vanilla weapon.
right before you have much time to put into it. That said, the variations on that particular class, I mean, there's a blaster, which would be more of a grenade launcher, but it's still rapid fire like the standard splat weapon would be. So I don't know how they're gonna classify them. I think it's just gonna be, here's a bunch of guns, and that's fine too. But yeah, I mean, there are ways in which you can really, within the classes, really get into what you play better with.
Right.
I mean, as of right now, there's only 2 or 3 rollers right now.
We have 2. We've witnessed 3.
Right. And so, like later, they're going to add the paintbrush, which is a roller, but it has a really narrow path, but you go really fast.
Right.
So, within each class there is quite a bit of variation, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's the chargers, of course, which are the rifle type weapons, and those are all long range, charge it up and pow. And it's a straight shot, you get yourself a nice little path to swim through, and you're all set.
Yeah. And there's also some maps where you can, camp on top of a tower.
Right.
Keep people out.
Right.
Which is annoying.
It is annoying, but that's, it's as valid as any
Right.
any strategy, I think. I mean, it's just being able to pick out who's doing what and how to counter them, and it goes pretty well. I'm sure.
They're all 9.
I don't care. They can still be fucking assholes. Actually, I would say it's more likely for a 9-year-old to be an asshole. They have no conscience or empathy.
So, depending on the weapon you have, you'll have a sub-weapon and a special.
Special. Yes.
So,
Your subs are more of your grenade, 1 or 2 use items that you use if you're in a hard spot or
there's
if
a
you want,
bullet.
if you want to catch someone off guard. Almost all the sub weapons will take up almost all of your ink. So you want to use them if you have a good area to back to in case you get, in case you get hit. But yeah, there's a grenade, there's contact grenades, there's
Sprinklers.
There's a sprinkler which spreads it in a circular pattern. There is like a sticky bomb. There's a one-way shield. There's a thing you can put down as an extra super jump point. There's really good variety already,
Right.
which is really cool in that. But at the same time, they're tied to your main weapon. So if you want if you're really good at using a particular sub, you have to get really good at using that particular main weapon as well.
Right.
But then there's also special weapons, which will reward you when you fill up, when you cover ground with enough ink. It fills up a gauge, which will unleash what the killer whale.
Killer whale, there's Kraken, there's an ink strike.
Ah! The Izuka is there.
Bazooka.
The Bubbler, which is great. Killer whale.
Which is it's whale as in noise.
Gnarly, bro.
Because it spreads out a cone, and anybody stuck in that cone in the enemy team gets killed
Right.
instantly.
They all die, but it doesn't spread in.
Right. The Kraken can turn into a big squid and just rip shit all over the place.
You can squid. With the Kraken, you can squid through any ink. You can squid where there's no ink, and you have you're invincible, and you have a one-hit attack,
Yeah.
which is great.
It's neat.
The Inkazooka is just a big boosh,
That sounds like
boosh. And then there's also a bomb rush, which lets you throw as many subs as you can in that set time,
Right.
which is really cool. I like the specials a lot.
Yeah, there's the ink strike, which is probably the only good use of the gamepad
Yeah,
during play,
yeah.
besides the super jump.
Right.
So for that, you just tap on the screen anywhere you want, and this calls in, the ink strike, which is the air strike.
Yep.
Just makes a big tornado of ink.
Yep, big dumb missile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really cool. I wish that there were more that use the gamepad like that,
Right.
because the gamepad needs use out of this game. But new IP, this is new IP from Nintendo, okay? Which their last new in-house IP was like the Wii Sports, Wii Fit, Wii Play stuff.
All that garbage.
And this is the newest IP from in-house Nintendo, and they don't use all the features of the console to promote it. To promote it. And that's stupid. It's the first one I've lost in a while. Probably because Jorge is a dumbass. Oh wait. Ramsey is a dumbass.
So that takes us over to TeamSpeak,
Sure. Yeah.
which doesn't have.
It doesn't exist
Which is
in
fine.
Splatoon. It's fine. Is everyone stupid? Like, what the fuck, man? Cover your fucking base. What's that phrase? Cover your bases? What? Like, that's a real thing, right? Like, I'm not just making it up? Okay, good. Because these fucking people make it seem like it's fake. Cover your bases. I'd like to solve, Pat. Cover your bases. Yes, but I really do want it to be there though. Like it doesn't exist with random people. It doesn't even exist just with friends. You can't talk
Besides
online.
the up
Right.
and down D-pad,
On the
which
D-
is
yes.
come on and
Booyah! Yeah. Which is, it's a good enough excuse for not having voice chat, but if you want to play with friends and you want to say, okay, you need to go get this corner, then it doesn't work as well as actual voice chat would.
Speaking of moves,
Yeah. Go on. You know, you can say, come on, all you want, but, like, your team doesn't know if you need help taking a few enemies out, or, come on, why isn't this area painted, or anything like that.
Right.
And it sucks.
Which I guess brings us to the gamepad view.
Yes.
Which, main thing, it's the, just a little mini-map. You can see, live time where ink's being spread, where people are dying. Like, anytime that you're alive and another teammate's alive, you'll see their name and a little line pointing to them. If you tap on the name, you get quick travel there, which has its pros and cons.
Yes.
Because people can see you coming on the other team,
Right.
so they can just wait by your flip, wait for you to land, and then kill you.
Yep. At the same time, though, there is a gear ability which makes you have a stealth super jump. So you can avoid that completely if you notice that you're being splatted more often from that. And then at the same time, at any time in the map, you can super jump back to the spawn point, which is neat. I don't think there's anything like that anywhere else. I mean, being able to, like, just quick jump back to your home base and, forge a new path.
Yeah, Halo don't do that.
That's to forge a new path that suddenly got inked by the enemy team is a really, really good mechanic.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that it's there. And it would be one thing if you could do it after a death where you're spawning, but that you can do it at any time in a match is really fun.
Right.
If anything, it's fun. I think that's more or less the theme of the whole game, is that it's just fun.
I know if you close to that, so much see him. Oh!
Oh, I love it. It is just fun.
Yeah. Fun and colors and
So many
bright
colors.
stuff.
It's very cute.
Oh man. Check that gap though.
Jake, they
Just-
wave.
They start making out.
No, they wave.
Hello!
Oh my god!
Stay fresh!
Stay fresh! It is very cute. A lot of the, you'll be walking through the plaza, which is like the hub world, where you can go and you can buy gear at the shops, and then you can go to the multiplayer lobby, and then you can go to where you activate the Amiibo, and you can go check whatever. But you'll be walking through the plaza, and you'll walk by people with the cutest little outfits, and then you can go and order the gear from a merchant, and it's great. It is great. It's so cute.
Blimey, the presence of a blooming star right now. You got what you need right in edge, mate. The feel of freshness just is that, yeah. Yeah, but let's not use nothing too reckless. But got the cushions here, got some rare supers. You got to choose to get gear some more beauty shots if you're interested. Of course, I don't do that free. That'd be crazy. But if it happened to any cash or even a super season or any, of course, I still take order for gear. Check people's stuff. Orders, slots, orders. I look for stuff you ask for. Is the best I can do.
That's what.
Oh, that's only 15,000.
All the puns.
All the puns.
Lots of puns.
They'll occur on your whole team's maps.
I get it.
Shrimp kicks.
Krusty Sean, get it?
You know, it's a product of the internet, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of which, Miiverse.
Miiverse is great. Oh my gosh, I love it.
So like in game, they'll have Miiverse paintings either on the walls or next to characters in the plaza, and they're pretty ridiculous.
They're mostly ridiculous, but they mostly make you laugh. Oh my god.
What?
That's really funny. That was hot ink.
That's a Mr. Shrunk joke.
That's a really bad Mr. Shrunk joke.
Don't be a squid idiot.
Nah.
Gotta be squidding me. What? Yeah.
Give that a yeah.
Even better the third time.
Stop the memes, my family's starving. Honestly, having all the graffiti be fan posts and all that, it's a really unique implementation of Miiverse that I like a lot. It makes you feel like you're contributing to the game world itself and not just the meta, which is what Miiverse has been so far.
Right.
And that's cool. That's really cool.
Need more of that.
We do need more of that. Hey girls, did you know that even if you're a squid,
You're also
still
a kid.
I
Let's make it.
hate those fucking 4-panel bullshits, man. Let's talk about Amiibo.
Amiibo!
Amiibo!
Amiibo! So,
Well,
first off,
okay guys, whoa. This is the Splatoon 3-pack Amiibo set. I got it right when the pre-orders went live on Walmart the first day. None of that, like, flickering stuff that was going on for the whole weekend, but, there it is. I'm pretty excited about this. Should go well with the game, and, like, this is one set that I have completely assembled, you know? So, I'm pretty excited about it. They look, even just through the packaging, they look really shiny and plasticky, just like how they do in the games. So I'm pretty excited about it. Let's get it going. I have a nail clipper file and pick attachment that I'm gonna be using just in case. Let's see how we do. Oh, I hate that sound. It just makes me feel like I'm going too fast, regardless. Like, I know I'm going slow, but... Oh my god. Oh, that was scary. But it looks pretty good. It's intact. I like how it's all just that one line where the plastic attaches. Let's get the shield out, if I can. Oh my god. Oh man, there they are. Wow. They smell like new toys. Oh my god. This is like awesome. Like, they smell like the molds at the factory, man. Oh man, I love it. And I know I'm not alone in that. I know you're out there. Oh my god, let's clip that back together, get that put away. Alright, so here we are. We have the Inkling boy. He's blue. He's got radical kicks on. He looks very determined in this pose. He's got like a camouflage looking hair tie up. Yeah, very cool. The Inkling girl is orange. I was gonna say gold, I don't know why. She's got cool shoes too. They aren't like high tops like his, but they're nice. She's got like the looks like the white anchor tee on. Looks like they both do. Yeah. I'd have to look at the game. And then the squid amiibo himself. Very cool. Nice neon green on there. He is not as shiny as the other two. I wonder why that is. I don't know. But very cool. Solid set. Puts you back $35 plus tax and shipping. In my case, I got it at Walmart. They packaged it very gingerly. I was very excited about that. So very cool. I would buy. If you can find one anywhere anymore, that is. They're all selling out even individually at this point, and the squid is exclusive to a 3-pack as far as I know, so. Very good. 10 out of 10 would buy. So yeah, happy hunting. That's all I got. That's all I got, Jake. Stop recording. I swear to God, I'll kill you. I guess I'm sort of the expert in Amiibo between the two of us. It's not even that many. I'm missing a few even. So I have like 30 some at this point. I think like 30. Anyway, Amiibo are the little 3-4 inch answer to Disney Infinity and Skylanders that Nintendo came up with.
Look at that ass.
Jake. Oh. And in Splatoon, they will unlock extra missions in the single player, which you could call it a paywall, you could call it on-disc DLC, but what it really is just extra diversions, really.
Right.
I mean, the single player is what it is. It doesn't ever pretend to be a hard-boiled, we gotta stop the end of the world because they've kidnapped the president's daughter, and you know, it's not a big campaign thing. Look at his legs. Like, it's just it's what, 25, 26 quick missions. You know, you can go through them in I would say, I mean, less than 10 minutes apiece.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's just a quick single player, a lot of introduction to mechanics as far as swimming through ink and swimming up walls and, you know, all that sort of thing. But it's never too serious, which I think is a good thing.
Right, it's a light, fun kids game.
Yes.
That's colorful.
Yes, and that's fine.
Right.
That's absolutely fine. But what the Amiibo do, like, during the regular story mode, you just have your one weapon, your main splatter shot. But then the Amiibo, the girl will unlock charger challenges, the boy will unlock roller challenges, and then the squid itself unlocks Kraken, limited time, limited ink. Damn it! 'Cause I don't want to shoot at them, because what if I need that ink? They don't ever feel too incredibly different that you would feel like you're missing out on much content. But if you do have them, it adds an extra, 25 missions at 5-6 minutes apiece? Yeah. Hour and a half to your gameplay for, depending on how many you get, 13 to 35 bucks.
And plus, like, Amiibo always look good sitting on a shelf.
Right, and that's...
They're never gonna
yes,
lose that.
Yeah. That's
Even when you're done playing Splatoon, they're gonna be on a shelf.
Right.
Cool.
And if you're done with them, if they would ever shut Splatoon servers down, you can sell them. You can sell them to collectors. Please sell me your Amiibo. Oh well. It'll be fine. You dumb...
Cutting that out.
Unless you're on the fence already, don't buy a Wii U for this game. But, I mean, if you don't have one yet, and you're looking at, Smash looks really good, and Mario Kart looks really good, and you want to get into it, I think now would be a good time, because there's a new bundle. So that helps a lot with the buyer's remorse thing. Like, did I get my $60 worth out of this game? Like, if it's with the console, and then you go out and buy Mario Kart, like, if you buy the two the same day, you're never
Tons of fun.
You're never gonna put this console down, and that's awesome.
Oh, wait, 2 minutes.
I know this is a weird thing too.
You're not gonna do it 2 minutes?
Open Splatoon Amiibo.
So, probably the worst thing about the game is the big dumb gamepad.
Yeah.
But, like, the positive things about it first, like when you're waiting for a matchmaking, which usually goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
But can go wrong.
Right. The ranked battles are nice. They're different. They're so much more like. Oh, fucking charter! God damn it!
It's just really gross.
What? Are you serious right now? What the fuck?
Too many squids. Gunking up the works.
No. 18 matches out of 20. There's no issue. But when there is an issue, they make you wait and wait and wait.
The roster was full.
Right. And yet...
Was somebody a lizard man?
I don't know.
30 seconds and fuck a whole girl in that time.
Jake.
Huh. You couldn't?
No.
Casual?
Barely be breathing hard. There have been a couple of times.
Yeah. You know, you're waiting and you can play a little game on your little gamepad and it's got a squid on it.
Right.
It's
Whatever.
whatever.
It's Ice Climber with squids. It's whatever. It's just so that if you're waiting for that last person to join in,
Yeah.
it makes
You
it
got
a little
something to do.
makes it a little more bearable. That said, they're gonna add more of those too down the line. So
Free content.
Yeah. There's like gonna be a Pong hockey one I think I remember seeing, but there's just gonna be more of those too, and that's really cool. Other than that, the motion control on the gamepad.
Take it or leave it. I leave it.
Right. If you're gonna want to use it, you have to give it a few matches to get used to it.
Definitely.
If you're used to dual stick shooters already, you're gonna just want to turn it off and
Right.
find the sensitivity that you want. But for me, I like it just because during the test fires, I pretty much always use the motion control. It's just a quick up and down. You're not like swinging. I'm sure you could if you wanted to. Like, get your office chair and go for it, but it's just a quick up and down, and it's really good for just like very precise, just because sometimes you just flick too hard,
Very
you know?
precise squirting.
Right, so you can just boop. So,
Squid
yeah,
anywhere you want.
It's good.
Like, I feel this game would be a lot more comfortable with motion controls with just a regular old nunchuck and
Yes,
Wiimote.
which is something that they'll probably patch in.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wii U is like, the Wii U banked on the past success of the Wii having, having motion control and like Nintendo, the launch game Nintendo Land was, hey, if you have Wii remote controllers and nunchucks, this is going to be awesome for you. And now with Splatoon, they might as well not exist, and that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, but the gamepad makes it feel good.
Right.
If you can handle having a 12-inch tablet stuck on your lap,
Right.
it's good. It makes it hard to just curl up on the couch
Yeah, you're not relaxing with motion
and
controls.
play.
Like
I mean, you got to be up
in the
there.
upright position and locked.
Right, which is odd because this game is casual. Oh my god! Oh my god! He ate me. You know,
Right.
it's not precision, twitchy battlefield. Every shot counts. Like it's casual, and then at the same time you can't just like snuggle and chill with your controller. You gotta invest, and it kind of.
It's good for the posture.
If anything, it's good for your posture. There's no off-TV play with this.
Right.
You can't, because they want to use the gamepad for the map and your super jumps, but at the same time,
They don't need to be there.
they don't need to be there, so pull it all onto the gamepad and let me play with just that, if I wanted to. But, at the same time, they think it's useful enough to where they can't let you do that. But there's no way to back out. Like, here we are, waiting. Alone. You know? It's just one of those things. Okay, so during the match, there are touch-enabled things, and then if you back out into the lobby, you can tap and switch between your shops really quick. Tap into the lobby, tap into the single player, back and forth. But some of the menus and some of the things just aren't touch-enabled, and that's really weird. It makes the whole interface feel like sloppy. Not sloppy, because Nintendo doesn't do sloppy.
It's just
not all
missing
consistent.
pieces.
Yeah. And that's bothersome. So
Right.
it's
like I feel they could have put an ink gauge like on the side
Yes.
of the mini map when you're playing
Yeah.
an actual thing.
I mean, there's plenty of space open on the gamepad, especially like you don't need to see your teammates' gear that you're super jumping to, and you don't need to see this, and it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
It's just a little too much sometimes, and
like,
so
you do get a feel for when you're running out of ink.
yeah.
However, but like
If
you throw in a gauge.
right, if my gamepad would make noise when I'm about to be out, that would help me a lot. Right, even though on the screen, your little backpack is your real-time ink gauge. But it's hard to keep track of because you're watching where you're putting down ink, not your character, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
And, part of that is almost nothing on the gamepad touchscreen is necessary. You know?
Right.
I
Usually,
mean,
like with everything Nintendo.
I mean,
it's
lately, yes. I mean, it's an accessory that they put out too fast. I think. I feel like if they would have put out the Wii U with a little more competitive specs and just the standard controllers, and then put out the gamepad as an add-on accessory to the Wii U itself,
right.
I feel like it would have found its place better.
Because even for this being in-house Nintendo, they're still not
much.
They're still not like really using the gamepad
Yeah,
as like this is a thing we thought out and it's gonna be great.
absolutely.
Because like Zombie U came out and like you're like at the camera.
Right.
And
Right.
like I can't even think of any other kind of support
Well,
that
and
the gamepad has.
so you touched on Zombie U, which is interesting in that the multiplayer uses it really well, but the single player made it it was more of a hindrance than a brand new. You had to do your menu inventory management in real time, and you had to look at your gamepad and watch for zombies. Like, that's fine, but the multiplayer, the player with the gamepad was dropping zombies in the map, and the other person was dealing with the zombies that the person was dropping, and that's really cool.
Right.
And that's Ubisoft.
Right.
3 years ago, you know? And then with Pikmin 3, it's, you know, you have your 3 captains and you do your, you know, auto go here, auto go here, auto go here. But then, like 8 months or so afterwards, they made it so that you can tap and throw Pikmin with your gamepad. Like if you're playing off the TV, you can just boop, 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 and that's really cool too. But on Splatoon, there's nothing even remotely as interesting or inventive with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the super jump is there, which is awesome, but you could do a quick menu on the TV.
Yeah, it's like, because this game uses like 3 buttons.
Yeah.
So like you can even hit X,
Yes.
pull up a little mini thing, like I want to jump to this
Absolutely.
guy, and then whoosh.
Yeah. That's the other thing, like, it, because it only uses 3 buttons,
Yeah,
it feels stripped down.
right.
Like, you should be able to do more things with, you know, your D-pad, for instance, or even the main buttons. Don't do crap.
Right.
It's jump and recenter your camera, and that's it. The left, if you click in the left stick, it doesn't do anything.
Right.
Your left shoulder button doesn't do anything. And that, it's just weird. It's weird, but...
So, yeah. You have room to fix this, is what we're saying.
Absolutely. There's a lot of room for improvement, which you could call a bad thing, but it's only up from here, I guess.
Yeah, and like, playing for 11 hours straight and not getting bored, that's a testament to how fun the game is.
It is. Okay, so ranked battles. Ranked battles are over and above the regular battles.
For glory.
Right, for glory, 1v1, that sort of try hard.
Get inked.
Right, your record matters.
So very casuals.
It's it's your record, your kill death, and your win-loss matter in this mode. So right now the regular battles is just turf war, and that's it.
Right.
Where your main objective is to cover the ground with as much ink as you can in the 3 minutes. The ranked battles are different in that the current mode right now, Splat Zones, is just sort of a king of the hill, hardpoint type mode, where you kind of all race to where it is, and you kind of try to cover just that area in ink rather than the whole map.
Right, so then it turns more into a, let's start shooting the other team, so they have to go back and
Right.
respawn, so
Right.
you can cover some land.
Absolutely. It is way more kill death oriented
Right.
than ground control. And I think that helps it a lot,
Right.
especially in the future.
Very different game mode.
Yes. If you've been spending a lot of time in the regular battles and you want to see what, I mean, the regular battles don't get stale per se. It's sort of a map thing. But if you want something different, you're going to want to get into the ranked battles. And they're just as much fun, if not more fun. With the caveat of them also being much more frustrating.
Right.
In the regular turf battles, you have 3 minutes, and you know it can switch back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, you can lose a match in 10 seconds.
Yeah. But like in the ranked battle in Splat Zones so far, you hold the hard point, and then a timer starts going. And if you hold it without losing it at all, you win the game in 100 Nintendo seconds, which is like 50 real-time seconds. And then that's it. You don't get, it can be over by the time you even notice that you're losing, is
Right.
pretty much how it goes. That said, the overall timer on Splat Zone is 5 minutes, which is a better, if you can keep going back and forth, it feels like a more fleshed out experience, which is neat. It's good. If you lose the hard point, you get penalized with a bunch of extra time, so you can go back and forth between 40 seconds remaining to 80 seconds, back down to 50, back up to 90, and it's tense when you are, you're so close to that 100-second timer going down, and then you lose it, and then suddenly you're losing overall, and that's annoying, but it's really rewarding when you finish without losing it at all, and it's really rewarding if you finish and win after it goes back and forth, 19 times.
Right.
It's really good. I like it a lot. I need to spend more time in there, but it's good.
It's scary.
It's scary. I mean, it gives you points if you win, and it takes points away if you lose.
Right.
And that's the scariest part of it, is everyone knows how you're doing.
Ain't no epic yarn.
Ain't no epic yarn.
A squid is a kid.
No matter where you
go.
One thing about the map rotation in the game, it's every 4 hours you get 2 new maps,
Right.
which if you're like us and you just sit down and play for hours and hours and hours, the maps can get a little bit tedious.
Yep.
Like if you're on 2 maps you just don't enjoy, or like you
Right.
get stuck with teams that are kind of bad, like you're gonna get sick of these maps, and
Yeah.
like putting it down for 40 minutes and then picking it back up just to get new maps is
Right.
like
Right.
if they just let you like pick a room that was playing certain maps,
True.
since I'm sure there's more than enough
Yeah.
people online to support
Absolutely. I agree with you almost 100%. However, so for the regular battles and the ranked battles, there are 2 different map rotations, which each go away every 4 hours, which makes it a little more bearable. I mean, if you want to get into a particular map and it's not in the one mode, you can pick it up in the other. And that's kind of neat. It still doesn't address the fact that, there are only 6 maps at this point, and it's 2 maps per mode.
There was a Battlefront.
Right, that's 4 of the 2 maps, or 4 of the 6 maps that, you might not like any of those.
Right.
And at that point, it's just going to be when more content gets there.
Right.
And that's what it's going to come down to, is that once they get more content in, some people have been speculating that they're going to do a 3-map rotation down the line, which I could absolutely see.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they'll get there with it. And if we keep pushing them on these points, the internet at large, not just us, but if we all keep pushing them on these points, they're going to do more content, they're going to drop that rotation timer, and I really just hope they put in voice chat for friends, because that would make it so much easier for like if you would get a Wii U and be playing Splatoon, then we could hop in there together and blow everyone away with our superior prowess.
Right.
But again, that's it's the lack of content thing. That sucks.
Yeah. So the main negative right now, lack of content.
Yep.
But we know it's coming,
Right.
so we can't really.
And we know it's coming for free,
Yeah, it's gonna
which
be free.
is a big point too.
Eventually, it's gonna be a $60 game.
Right.
So
It's just not quite there yet.
recommendation-wise,
Right.
I'd say if you have a Wii U, no excuse not to have this.
Yeah.
If you don't have a Wii U and you're thinking about it, go for it.
It's one more thing that could push you in that direction.
Yeah. If you don't have a Wii U and you're not thinking about it, it's not for you.
Yeah. I will go ahead and recommend it. How I said earlier, if value is something that's important to you, hold off till the big update in August. But if you have a Wii U already, buy the game. It's just fun. It's just fun.
That's what it is. It's
Man.
fun. If you want to have fun,
Yeah.
buy Splatoon.
Get inked. Does that end? Oh, right. We're supposed to stay fresh.
Let's do that.
Stay fresh!
They're going to be adding a lot more incredibly fun incredibly fun.